news on PBCJ, I am Simone Absalom. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says the complex compensation and allowance system in the public sector is to be overhauled as the government moves apace with the transformation of the sector. Addressing the annual general meeting of the Jamaica Civil Service Association on Friday, Clark said the complex pay structure was contributing to an escalation of the public sector wage bill. He said this complex structure also made the wage negotiation process difficult. According to the finance minister, transformation of the public sector is a priority for the government. He assured the members of the JCSA that the government was intent on conducting the transformation process in a fair and consultative manner. Executive Director of the Combined Disabilities Association, Gloria Goff, believes that the ongoing practice of not allowing persons with disabilities to provide bail is a sign of discrimination. Goff on Friday confirmed that her members have been encountering this practice in the courts and at police stations, and she is calling for it to be stopped immediately. Attorney at law Clive Monroe Jr., who is also on the program, supported her position, stating that there is nothing in law to prevent disabled persons from providing surety for those seeking bail. In response, Senator Floyd Morris, who heads the Center for Disability Studies at the University of the West Indies, declared that he will be bringing the issue to the attention of the police high command. At least 20 people are recovering from injuries following a motor vehicle crash on Sunday along the Spring Gardens main road in Buff Bay, Portland. Some of the injuries are considered serious. It's reported that shortly after 7 a.m., the driver of a public passenger bus, which plies the Port Antonio to Ocho Rios route, was traveling in a westerly direction when he lost control of the highest bus. The bus veered off the main road and flipped several times before landing on its top. A team from the Portland fire station was alerted to assist the removal of the injured occupants. Several months ahead of his release from prison in the United States, reggae artist whose given name is Mark Mary, popularly known as Buju Banton, is again in the spotlight. On the weekend, American network ABC News released a previously unsealed undercover video from Buju Banton's last meeting with a U.S. government informant. According to the news organization, its appeal to a federal judge to have the footage released was accepted. Requests for comment from Buju Banton went unanswered. Spokesmen for the investigators and prosecutors also declined to comment. The video footage, dated December 8, 2009, reportedly shows 4 men in a room, including Mr. Banton and a man called Johnson. During a conversation, the entertainer reportedly tastes a substance and walks away. Johnson is Alex Johnson, who the entertainer testified in court he met on an 8-hour flight from Madrid, Spain to Miami, Florida. According to court records, Johnson is an ex-con who made millions of dollars working as an informant with the Drug Enforcement Administration. Prosecutors say Banton demonstrated familiarity with the drug trade and deliberately laid the groundwork for a drug deal. Banton is being held at the McRae Correctional Facility in Georgia. He is slated to be released on December 8 and deported to Jamaica. The 15-member Caribbean Community CARICOM grouping has congratulated Mia Mottley, the first ever woman to head a government in Barbados, with Secretary General Erwin LaRocque saying he is looking forward to welcoming her at the group's next summit to be held in Jamaica in July. In a congratulatory message following her Barbados Labour Party's historic 30-0 victory over the Democratic Labour Party of former Prime Minister Ferdinand Stewart, the CARICOM Secretary General congratulated Mottley on her truly historic achievements following the general election on Thursday. In a statement, LaRocque said, quote, "The overwhelming victory clearly indicates that the people of Barbados have tremendous faith in your ability to lead the country to even greater heights." End quote. He added that he was looking forward to welcoming her at the CARICOM summit. In regional news, a few days before the start of the 2018 Atlantic hurricane season, the Barbados-based Caribbean Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology says the precipitation outlook tends to a usual or wetter than usual period in the Leeward Islands, but drier than usual in Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and the Windward Islands. In its latest Caribbean climate outlook, the CIMH is also predicting that the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, as well as the Greater Antilles, will experience wetter than usual periods. And in sports, hurdlers Genevieve Russell and Omar McLeod displayed impeccable composure to win their respective events at the Prefontaine Classics, the Eugene Diamond League, on the weekend. Russell continues her impressive form in the 400 meters hurdles with a come-from-behind victory over her arch-rival, American Delia Muhammad. McLeod, who has a season-best time of 13.16 seconds, pulled away from his rivals comfortably on his way to victory in the men's 110 meters in a wind-aided 13.01 seconds. This is PBCJ's Weather Report. Thanks so much for staying with us. Let's start, as usual, with our local currents. This afternoon, we're seeing that we could be getting some scattered showers in Kingston. We're looking at temperatures between 24 and 29 degrees Celsius throughout the day. Over there in Montego Bay, St. James, sunny skies is forecast for today with warm temperatures between 23 and 32 degrees throughout the day. And we're looking at cool temperature 13 degrees Celsius this evening as the sun sets at 6:33 p.m. Across the island today, we're looking at warm temperatures in the parishes between 28 and 32 degrees Celsius on average. We're looking at rainfall forecast for the eastern end of the island, but it should be predominantly sunny in the western end of Jamaica. We're looking at cloudy conditions in the northern end as well. Tomorrow, we can expect temperatures between 29 and 32 degrees Celsius. We're also looking at a possibility of rainfall in the southern end of the island. We're looking at rainfall over there in Maypen. We're looking at really cloudy conditions in the St. Thomas area. Sunny sky. In our forecast for today across the Caribbean region, we're looking at some wet countries, Antigua, over there in Nassau, Bahamas, and we're looking at a possibility of rainfall for Cuba as well. We're seeing temperatures between 27 and 31 degrees Celsius, so it should be still pretty warm out across the Caribbean. And that's the news. Thanks so much for making it PBCJ. Remember, we are the People's Station.